Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I am Kate, and if you are new here, then welcome. If you are returning, then welcome back. It's nice to have you here. Going to do a weekly reading as I've been aiming to do them on Mondays. And I just got some new cards recently, and so I thought I would let the cards let me know how many piles to do. And I'm hoping to keep this one a little bit more succinct. Um, One of the energies that I'm getting a lot lately this week in general is that there's a high amount of density in the air. So that's feeling like a lot of people are feeling like they're sort of trudging through, sort of sludging along, or like it might feel like there's just a certain heaviness around. I think there's a lot of reasons why that is the case, but I think we're definitely feeling the weight of that this week. And so, one of the things that I know will come up for all of us is how do you re engage with that part of yourself that is alive, that is feeling and loving and knows what life is about beyond all the circumstances and beyond all the different things that you're having to navigate at this time. So, we have three cards. I'm using this new deck, the Botanical Inspirations deck. It's super lovely. Really, really loving just getting to work with flowers. It's such a positive thing. I'm sort of already heralding spring in, even though we haven't really gotten into winter much. But I'm grateful for that. And I'm thankful, so thankful that we've had easy to deal with weather so far where I am in Canada. So, yeah, just sending out some good blessings. I feel like one of the things also that's coming to mind here is that we need to be finding ways to, be grateful for what is currently existing around us, even understanding that some of the some of the external environments we're in right now are less than desirable. Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot of people are feeling like it's hard to make change, but also that change has to happen. Like there's no it's feeling very black and white. And that might be why a lot of you are feeling the density coming in. It's like feels like just like a high contrast time. So it feels like there's not a lot of gray, there's a lot of white, there's a lot of black, there's a lot of light, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of both things happening right now. And so the collective who's tuning in here, you're tuning into both and maybe struggling to find how you land here in the now and in the gray area. So we have these three cards to choose from. This is really bright. I have a little too much lighting on in here today. So this is honeysuckle, woodbine. Then we have Gloxinia perennis. I haven't even seen this card before, so I'll read it when I read out to you, pile two. That's pile one, pile two, and hibiscus, pile three. I'll try holding them from beneath. I feel like it's nicer to show the whole card. All right, so pick which pile you feel drawn to this week, and that'll be your message. Or you're welcome to listen to all of the reading all the way through, and then, you can allow your mind to tune in and out to what is relevant for you, or you can, genuinely listen to the whole thing. I'm not judging. I know that I'm not posting as much as I maybe was. So if you want to listen to the whole thing, you go right ahead. I do feel like it will be a decently connected collective message based on, how I started this off. Sometimes it feels like there's a theme, an overall theme to the week. And sometimes it feels like a lot of us are on different paths. So it's kind of funny that way. Pile one. So I'm going to kind of phrase this. That's what it feels like to me. It's like, how do we shake up out of this energy? How do you get things shifting? And like I say, I sometimes experience things that the collective is, about to experience. And I'm feeling like your way out is coming. Like there's a lot of energy. I have a lot of focus today. There's a lot, but what I've been hearing from people is that they're not feeling quite that way yet. So I think it's coming in, and you're going to get that sort of flood of, think of, and I've been seeing this a lot in sort of my daydreams. Think about the opening the windows after a long winter and sort of getting that stagnant energy through the house, and like a fresh spring breeze. Like really embody that this week. So this is honeysuckle. It says domestic happiness and devoted affection. It says, I will wind thee in my arms, So doth the woodbine, the honeysuckle, gently entwist. It's William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare's on a few of these botanical cards, and I'm very much a fan of that. So domestic happiness and devoted affection. And then I got this angel protection music. So I'm getting that, part of your way to shift your energy is to, put on music that you actually really like, and not stuff that maybe you've listened to in a long time. I'm getting stuff that maybe you used to listen to, or, how people would say like a guilty pleasure song or something like that. That's what I'm getting that you need to listen to this week to shift your energy and to, lighten up. Um, as well, I'm getting that there's something within your partnership or your home environment that you've been, this is like, I'm getting really like hiccupy, that you've been a little nervous about, I think. Like it's been feeling like, oh, like maybe you've been having a hard time approaching a certain conversation. There's something like your home life is feeling good, but that there's something that feels like, oh no, I really have to bring this up. And so, what are we getting out of that? We have joy and self love. So, it may be that when you speak up here, and I am getting that if you could speak up this week, that would be great. It's something about your home life. I really do feel that. That's going to allow you to have this space. So maybe it's about carving a certain space for yourself at a home environment. These bangs today, um, they're not going to figure themselves out. Okay. And I think also the joy aspect of this is it's really feeling it's really feeling like the change that you're going to have is going to be something that makes you feel like singing, that makes you feel alive again, but that the reason you're nervous about it is because you're worried that it's going to change what's currently good. It's almost like you're saying that there's not enough good right now, so I don't want to ruin the little goodness that's right here. I want it to stay like just pure and good and simple. Um, but if you were to actually speak up, you could open yourself up to a greater opportunity and a greater potential for happiness and fulfillment. So I think it's like you're not quite seeing that that's really what could be on the other side of that. And if you were to go at it with that in mind, it's more likely to turn out in that direction for you if you go at it with that sort of open-mindedness. Whereas if you go at it saying, well, it could go any way, and if you don't have any faith in the situation, well, then, that's not as easy. And I understand why you're getting nervous. I'm going to see what we can do to connect down to earth. So this is an earth magic deck. Too many. I feel like it might have something to do about like a deepened connection in your relationship, or like a big project, like a big renovation, or a big you might be wanting like a big space, or it feels like some sort of negotiation or compromise within your home or family dynamic is coming into play this week for you. So pile one way that you can move through this. Okay, green man synergy. So this, I'm getting that you can tune in by actually tuning back into nature. So that's something to do with your connection to nature would help you with how to get perspective on this current situation that um, that you're facing this week, and shifting your energy in general from that dense fear place to a place of playing and loving and enjoying your life. I think this is a really interesting card. It's the wolf card. And I've brought up the wolf like a few times on my channel before, but this instinct, this relying on your instincts and relying on yourself, I feel like with the self-love card, it's really just saying that, that's what's waiting for you on the other side of this communication breakdown, or this not honoring your own needs, is you're actually going to get to that joy and self-love and that vibe that you've really been wanting to get back to. It feels like that part of yourself has been needing to get back to, self-love and self-care, maybe art as well. I know I personally have been feeling that. I'm wondering now if I'm going to watch this and that'll be my deck. But I do feel like music and art is going to be really helpful for you recovering yourself and recovering your energy. Like it's been quite a year. We've gone through quite a lot. And yeah, it could be that, part of this message also is telling you to settle down and enjoy your domestic happiness that you've created. Like you might have actually settled into your home and your lifestyle a little bit, and it's letting you know to, relax and unwind into that. Yeah. Okay. So this is the second part of that divine flow. And look, gratitude. Gratitude came up, and I was just talking about that. How you really have to focus your energy on what you're really grateful for as what it exists, and then also hold space for, if that gratitude is true, then what else could be lying, ahead? What else could be right on the horizon that is a great opportunity? So it says, fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever you go. So it's really just about saying yes to that next instinct, that next intuition and impulse that you have. I've been getting quite a lot more coming back in for myself of, impulses, intuitions, um, knowings of what's ahead. And as distracting as that can be from your present moment, use it as markers to say, I'm doing well, I'm on the right track. Like I saw that and now it's happening. Every day you need to apply that energy towards your dreams. This is getting into some sort of higher level thinking of working with energy, but totally digestible, understandable. I know that you're picking up what I'm putting down here. So our last card here is Divine Flow. This is the one that I really love for this group because it feels like at the beginning of this part of the reading for you, I was talking a lot about, how to ground yourself and get real. And then you realize that it's not supposed to be hard. Like it's not supposed to be a difficult journey to land and then to make things happen for yourself. That actually feels more like a dance with the universe and spirit. And to just say yes and no and be in the flow is really all that, you're being asked to do with your lifetime in general. So it says, eventually one sublime desire takes precedence over all others, to follow the divine flow at all costs. So this is the thing. This might be, the transition you've been making is getting into a place where every day feels like you're in that flow zone. You've got a flow and you've got, a sense of where you're headed next and that it's the right direction for you. Let me know if that resonates with you, pile one. That was quite a little journey. Okay, pile two, how are we going to shake up this energy and get you out of the density that you've been experiencing? Okay. So this is Gloxinia. It says, love at first sight and proud spirit. And there's a William Shakespeare quotation here. It says, when I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. Interesting. I'm already getting like a protection energy here, which is interesting because you'd think like love at first sight. Like, is she just a cynic? No, I'm not. Maybe with some things, but not with most. I'm getting the feeling like you're in a relationship or dynamic where you have a very a lovely view of them, like a lovely romantic idea of them. And it may be that this other person does not have that for themselves, like they're really struggling with confidence within themselves. The proud spirit, though, it's very interesting. I feel like this part of it, the proud spirit, is actually this other person who, like, was having those confidence issues and now is sort of in a more egoic place. And this is a pendulum swing anyone who struggles with self-confidence does, right? So we recognize this in ourselves so we can understand it in this other person that, is getting brought up in this reading. So the pendulum swing here is that you're going from really feeling low about yourself and not having a positive view of yourself to really the entire opposite, and both of them are not quite reality and not quite truth. So the truth is somewhere in between where there's a balance, a gray of, sure, there could be questioning, sure, there could be a more egoic expression, and I believe that's a really positive expression. I don't believe that's more like, that's not like being super humble. Like, I believe that one can be fully confident. Again, maybe the Aries in me, I just think it's a good thing to share what's good about ourselves and to celebrate that. However, with this person that you are involved with in some way here, it feels like an intimate connection, but it may not be. It may be like a deep friendship or maybe a platonic or a parental situation. And it may also apply to multiple people in your life because often as feeling or empathic or spiritual people, we tend to attract folks who are looking to get to that part of themselves, right? We find in others what we need to see. And likewise, they are showing us things that we need to see. Absolutely. Okay, some tangents. You guys are a very interesting group. Love at first sight and proud spirit, this Gloxinia. I'm getting really that you're getting a lot more dreams or impressions or visions. And there has been a recent theme of someone who's really kind of waking up to a lot of their psychic senses or developing them, like deepening them, spending more time with them, I'm hearing. So we're getting honor your energy. This is feeling like a protection message because we're also getting masculine energy. So I'm getting that you need to protect your energy because there's actually a whack ton of stuff that you have to do right now. I actually feel like there's a lot on your plate, like you're feasting. I wonder if let me know actually, Pile too, if you've watched the You Belong at the Table of Greats video. I think that's what it called it. I was just brought to that video. It's like a feast of greats. I believe that you're probably a group that would have, found some sort of resonance with that video. I'll link it below. Hopefully I'll remember. Anyways, here are your archetype cards. Woof. There was way more than I thought there was going to be, and I was hoping to make these quick tonight. But anyways, so pile two, we're getting servant here. And the shadow attribute is using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. I'm going to read just the pieces that are jumping out to me. So your person is, this is interesting. Like this totally just changed into a reading about your person, but there you go. This is what you need to, clear out your energy this week and what you need to hear this week, I guess. This person that you're attached to is maybe holding themselves back, but acting like everything's fine, like acting like it's okay. This lack of money is an excuse to not move forward. It feels like that actually could reach into a bunch of things. So it's like, well, there's lockdown, so this and this and this can't happen. So therefore, I can't grow at all in this time. Not that they would say I can't grow, they would say I can't, do anything or create space or whatever it is that the person is saying. And as well, I'm getting that it could be not about money, but also about opportunity. There's a lot of people who, this is interesting. Okay. There's a lot of people who get stuck. Oh, I'm getting like really like chest tightness. There's a lot of people who get stuck in a certain place in life where they believe that opportunity is not for them or growth or change is not for them, that it's like meant for other people, that it exists, like they believe in it, they have a certain amount of faith, like they would tell you they believe in miracles, they just don't believe one's going to happen to them. Okay. And this is the type of reflecting that this person is doing in your life. And it's actually, so you're viewing them potentially not as their truth yet because they're not even sure of where they are in that pendulum swing. That's what it's feeling like. As well, you're getting visionary. This is for them, and then the other two are for you, I'm feeling. So this is compromising your vision to make it more acceptable, but also, this person being a positive sense of visionary. I believe what they're doing is actually taking time to create like a new view of what their life is going to look like. I know that there's some twin flame people who follow me. So if that, this is feeling like that pile for sure for me. It feels like your person also is working with like they're just really looking in black and white. And so this could be you, this could be these people around you, like however this group resonates, take that as you will. There's a lot of us who go into black and white thinking or all or nothing thinking, for no reason at all. This feels like one of those times. Like it feels like there's no reason that things have to be so black and white, but that's just like a mode of operation, like just a way of being that this person has stepped back into. Okay. Yeah, okay. So delusion was just a card that poked out there, just flipped out on top. So I feel like there's state of delusion on your side and also on their side, and that's okay. Like if you accept that there is some sort of delusion, like the only thing that clears up delusion is truth. And as long as you're curiously seeking the truth, then there's nothing else you can do. So we have companionship and energetic clearing. So if that's not I mean, typical of twin flame and or just romantic dynamics in general, it feels like you get that sacred part of companionship, and then you also have healing, clearing, um, you know, releasing that needs to be done on both sides within any companionship, partnership, dynamic, whatever that looks like for you. So companionship says giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. And that could be part of this as well. It could be that you're really feeling a call to spend time with someone, and that could be complicated given the current circumstances. Um, yeah, it's feeling like there's definitely an ego in the way though. Beyond just circumstance, there's also ego, like there's multiple things at play. And then so energetic clearing, I really like as well. It says during crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. So this is, speaking about in a time where things are chaotic or hard or dense or heavy or stressful. This is a time where you're being given the opportunity to release that which is no longer working and serving you in life in order to make space and make way for the light future, so long as you're connected to yourself. That is, I mean, that's a hard way to maybe string it together, but this energetic clearing that you're going through is happening because of this person and with this person and when you're apart from this person. And that's what's feeling like it's coming to a head for you this week. This is feeling very strange for a weekly reading. I honestly feel like I should probably just start doing like your person and love readings on here, because otherwise they just sort of come in and infiltrate the rest of these readings. So anyways, I'm hearing it loud and clear. This is an odd weekly reading, but there you go. So for you, we have magical child, and then we have victim as well. So this is what I feel like your focus needs to be for your own self-healing. In this group, it feels like you're pretty aware of your self-healing. And so you're just really looking for a little bit of guidance, some like helpful nudging along or prompts. And yeah, I respect that. I'm here for that too. So victim is playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity and an inability to maintain personal boundaries. So I'm feeling definitely it's about boundaries for you this week. Pile two, all I was getting was this protection, this masculine energy, like protect yourself so you can go forth with like, fervent energy. I'm seeing 717 on the clock. So there you go. Another number if you're doing that kind of research. And so then the magical child has two things going on here. And I believe this is the pendulum swing you've been experiencing on your side of this, the person watching here. So seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And the shadow is pessimism, depression, and a disbelief in miracles. So that magical child can like fall completely flat and like, just believe that energy and action are just not a way forward, that there's just no way to grow and they're just down in the dumps. And that same magical child can be brought to life, right? So the magical child archetype within us, if you have this part of you that, at some times in your life have seen the potential for beauty in all things, and you've believed that just everything is possible and you can do anything you want. If you have this magical imaginative child side of you that now is acting out and feeling flat, shamanic journeying, soul retrieval, inner child work, I do all of these things, and these are some of the ways to get that part of ourselves back into our minds as well, into our hearts and into our body and our energy. The magical child is letting you know this week as well that to believe that the best is going to happen means that you're also not acting a victim anymore, right? If you believe that the best is going to happen, then you're going to be able to create those boundaries that you need and move forward at a very actionable, like a rapid pace for yourself. Yeah, and you know what? I would say still heed the fact that you are getting advised to protect yourself. Like not keep your guard up, but stay alert, because things do pop up that are meant to like challenge you and or have you questioning your truth or your path, and it's up to you to navigate those tests wisely, right? It feels like a cryptic message, but hopefully you'll get it if that's for you. Okay, thank you very much, pile two. If you would like to book down below for the, a shamanic journey session, the deep journey to do that soul retrieval, or if you are looking for anything else from me, feel free to drop me a line and all that's down below. And I would love to connect with you soon. Okay, moving on to pile number three. So pile number three is hibiscus, beauty and happiness. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Okay, I'm already feeling this is funny. I'm already feeling there's like someone who's resistant to getting old or fearful of getting older. And I will laugh because one of my friends every now and then will pop on here and watch videos. And like I was just talking with her about this recently. Um, and she wouldn't like call herself like a super spiritual person or anything. So I just found it very funny. I love the idea of getting older. I love wrinkles. I can't wait till I have beautiful wrinkles that show, my life and my experiences and my emotions on my face. Like, and I do my best to live in a way that, when I'm older, I'll be some sort of grandmother figure, whether I have kids or not, but I'll be some sort of grandmother figure, with many, many stories. And the richness of aging to me is so beautiful. And I guess I did a lot of sorting out about death when I decided to be on a spiritual path and, have various different challenges along my journey, right? I think it probably depends on how much you face that idea of your own impermanence. So just FYI, pile three, pile two and pile one didn't really feel like normal weekly readings, and neither does pile three because I'm going into quite a dense topic right away. In general, I was going to make this, weekly reading about how to shift out of the density that you're currently in. I think it's just like a free for all at this point. So, pile three, beauty and happiness. This idea of aging, of your own impermanence, of, what is your life about? And are you living it based on your age? Are you living it in an accurate way? Like, already that's a ridiculous question to ask yourself, because if you go and look at every single person in the world who's your age, how on earth could you ever compare? And is there an actual way to tell if you're doing it the right way, a good way compared to anyone else? Like, there really isn't a way to tell that. You could have lived, completely isolated from everyone your entire existence and not understood whether or not, like, and not compared yourself to anyone. And then, you wouldn't have that same fear of if you're aging. It would just be like, this is what's happening. Does that make sense? So, it's like putting a fear or a label on something that there is no controlling for you. So there's ways to enhance or, I mean, there's ways to physically enhance yourself so that you look younger, but I was more thinking like taking care of yourself and, being a good person to be around. But ultimately, a lot of aging is attitude and lifestyle, and it's your choice whether or not you ascribe to certain things. But there isn't any stressful part of that. Like the actual aging process we fear because we fear that there's going to be some sort of pain, right? But there's pain in all life, all the time. There's already been lots of pain in your life as you listen to this, right? um yeah, it's very interesting, just the concept in general, and it's feeling like a thing for this group that you're contemplating big stuff. This is why there's a lot of density around this week, is people are contemplating like true loves of their life and, their reasons for being here on this earth and all these different things. It's a really good thing in my mind that this is what we're focusing on. So hibiscus being a thing of joy, a thing of beauty, being a joy forever. It's really feeling like you're maybe just stepping towards the place where you can start to accept that happiness can happen throughout your life. It does not need to happen now and not later. It does not need to wait for later. Whichever side, I'm feeling like there's both on this group. You're either fearing that happiness is only possible now and it won't be possible if you make certain decisions, or you're fearing that happiness is something that's only ever in the future, never in the present, and you're never going to get that. And both are probably incorrect, really, because happiness is just right with you right now. I think it's how we're born into the world. Um, yeah, more on that later. More on that later. That's like not weekly topic kind of stuff. So you have a past life card coming up here, lessons and blessings and farm. So I'm getting that something about nature or your connection with animals is becoming really important for you at this time in life. And that's part of what is causing you to reflect on your life and how you've been living it so far. I'm getting that you're living in a city right now, pile 3, or that you're contemplating a move, or that you just okay, so there's like a few, you either just moved or you're sort of contemplating shifting your lifestyle so you can be closer to nature. I'm all for that. I just did that and, it was necessary and I'd still need more nature in my life. So all things in time. I'm getting just really, really drawn to the fact that there's a pocket watch on here, a stopwatch. Yeah, I'm getting that really this week, the density that you're focusing on is time. And so if you were to start, um, I welcome you to book in a session with me if you'd like to talk about this concept of time, because it is quite a dense one. And it depends on how you're already thinking about it as to how we can unravel that concept for you. But allowing your mind you know, s- at least permission to think about the concept of time a little bit more. It feels like almost like you've been wanting to avoid talking about it or dealing with your fear of aging, fear of death, or fear of time, not going your way in some fashion. So like controlling time, the need to control time. Feels like you have an opportunity to work on that this week. So, however that opportunity shows up, whether it's with me or just by life teaching you things, then there you go. Um, so, what is coming out of that, and what character traits do you need to focus on this week? We have monk or nun, which is negative judgment of the physical world, and like sort of keeping yourself in a sort of poor state, just so that you acknowledge that the world's not all about material possessions, so you just like go sleep outside even though you have a perfectly good house. It's something like that. Um, and then selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. So I do believe you're getting the sense that there's a deeper purpose for you and deeper meaning for you in life. You're probably aware of it in many ways and also not in others. Like it feels like you've kind of got some gaps, but as you step forward, you realize, like with every passing transition or awakening, that the more you connect with spirit and the more you connect with that side of yourself inside, the more good happens in your life and the more you can see clearly. So I'm getting that you're having an opportunity this week to deepen that awareness, deepen your inner spiritual perspective. Gossip. It feels like you've been on the shadow side of gossip. I'm wondering how you've been talking to people lately, not necessarily about people, but to people. Says thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information and betraying confidences. So it may be that you're having a hard time with just speaking truth in general. That's what it's feeling like. Um, Feeling like you're having a hard time trusting yourself this week. So if inner trust and trusting yourself to do right is feeling like a struggle this week, you've got a lot of struggles. I mean, you've got the time thing, you've got the hating yourself thing. You got a lot on the brain, you got a lot on the go. um, this is honestly, I'm with you, so I'm laughing with you, not at you, I promise. This last archetype card we have here is the Destroyer. So yeah, it says release what is potentially destructive and prepare for new life. And I have been feeling with this group like you don't need to worry, like the last bit of this is just on its way out and then this new horizon for you is coming in, it's starting already. So think of that volcano, like think of if something's going to need to be destroyed here. Like ask yourself this realistically. Something about your current life needs to change for you to have deeper fulfillment. What is it that needs to shift for you to find that? Is it space? Do you need time? Do you need information? Do you need opportunity? Do you need a break, like a retreat? Do you need a nature? Think about what it is you need and then actually make that clear boundary with yourself. Put it in, say to yourself, this is what I need in order to feel better. Um, there has been an ongoing theme of not saying yes to something that something that you are already aware of is going to help. And so that's what I'm really feeling for this group. Yeah, there's something also about power and struggle with power for this group. not that you're struggling with power, but just that you might feel like you're not sure how to use your own, like you might feel like you need to stay quiet or something. I don't know what that's about. Okay. We have loss and we have letting go. So it could also be that this, okay, this makes a lot of sense. You're coming full circle for me now, pile three. So part of the density that you've been experiencing is because of grieving and having a hard time completing a grief process, grieving the loss of time, the loss of people, time with those people. You've been really grappling with like the temporary nature of our existence, and kudos to you. It's a very hard thing to grapple with. And it takes a lot of time to figure that one out for sure. So I'm feeling like your fear of age and whether you're doing things right is because you're fearing some sort of thing about these people, and that's triggered something in you. So I'm going to invite you to think about this person or these people recently who have passed away or are nearing the end of their lives, or potentially people who passed away a little while ago, like even up to 5 years ago. These people that were, in your life and who have left now, is there something about their life that you would like to emulate? And is there anything about their life that you would like to stay away from, that you would not like to invite into your life? And are there parts to their lives that are showing you how you would like to currently live your life? And that, I think, is what this prompt is really here to help you with. So letting go and loss. Everything is indeed out of control, and God will hold it all. I can safely let go. Yeah. So this feels like a something's got to give, and it's actually going to be more than you think. It's going to be a bit of a landslide, a bit of a volcano. So it's basically just about whether you're riding the storm or letting it take you over, which is really interesting. It feels like this is, I don't know, this is a funny one. I'm sorry, pile three. I find your pile funny, and I'm probably going to end up coming back and picking this as my own pile. So I'll have myself to laugh with at later. But I am feeling like this grief process for you, the fact that it has not fully integrated is the thing that's causing you to fear your own time. But no one who's passed on would want you to feel that way. Like they genuinely, anytime I've had communication with someone who's, not currently here in this earthly realm with us, it's always been, more a tone of we support and appreciate the fact that you're living and that you're playing in that world right now, and we want you to enjoy it. So that's maybe just a helpful piece of information for you to reflect on and be like, oh yeah, that does sound true. Like it is true. It's definitely how that feels anyway. Yeah. And so pile three, shifting out of this density and energy this week for you is going to look like releasing the idea of control. Looks like finally saying, I quit. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm over trying to be the boss here. I'm over trying to manipulate or devise this situation, whatever it is that has been, going on for you, and get ready for the landslide, the volcano of things that's going to happen. So hopefully you're on the side that said, okay, I packed up my stuff. I'm good to go now. I'm moving out with the flow, of the volcano, or I'm moving out in time with the storm and when it's going to hit. Um, yeah, it's like a message to stay on top of your intuition this week, because you're going to need it. Things are going to happen a little bit more, like a little bit quickly for you this week. Okay. Thank you, pile three. If you would like to book a reading with me, I have all the information posted below. And if you are interested in working one-on-one with me, that's the Executive Energetics Program, then you can reach out and we'll see if it's a good fit for you. It's totally customized, pathway, so it might not work for everyone just at the start. But yeah, it's a really dense program and helps you basically figure out how to stay self-fulfilled and self-healing throughout your life as best as possible and in line with nature and energy and the universe itself. So big stuff, good stuff. And we will chat to you soon. I will be back on as soon as possible. I love being on here, and I'm trying to make more space to get back on here, and I've got new video equipment on the way, so more exciting things on the horizon. I'm so happy to be here and happy you're still watching. And thank you. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already and you're here at this point in the video. Please like and subscribe. And we'll chat to you soon. Take care.